Am I the idiot for taking my daughter out of dance because of her mother ruining it for her? So my daughter is 5 and she's been dancing since last year. Her mom is a former gymnast and wanted her to do that, but my daughter didn't like it at all and prefers taking tap and ballet classes instead. I knew this bothered my wife, but I didn't expect her to alienate herself from the other moms and the instructor. She says she feels like our daughter isn't being used where she should be and that her and the instructor constantly get into it with each other, and my wife feels like she has knowledge with her gymnast background and that's why the instructor should take note of what she's saying. My wife is very competitive, and I do admire her drive for that, but it seems like the pushback between her and the instructor has caused a lot of tension in the class. This has caused the other moms to get mad when my wife would bring up how their daughters were being treated in comparison to ours, and now the entire experience is ruined for our daughter. Since the other moms don't like my wife, they no longer invite our daughter to play dates and other outings which the girls talk about in class, and it makes my daughter come home to me and cry about how she wants to go on playdates again with her friends. I spoke to my wife about it, and she said that she will make friends in kindergarten and that it's not that serious. But this is a studio she plans for our daughter to attend for years. I don't understand how she doesn't get how her conflict with the other parents won't cause our daughter to feel excluded. She told me that the other moms are rude and she will always stand up for herself and our daughter, and that I need to stop being scared of them. My daughter doesn't even want to go to class anymore. She cries when I get off work and pick her up from class. The parents and instructors are cordial with me when I come inside for pickup, and one even invited my daughter to her daughter's birthday party but specified that I be the one to take her. When I told my wife this, she blew up and got very upset, saying that it's weird she specified I take our daughter and she can't go. I told her that's ridiculous, but she wouldn't budge, and it just so happened to fall on a workday so I couldn't take her. I was fed up, and my daughter kept complaining about hating the studio and not liking dance, so I disenrolled her when I went to pick her up, and she was crying about never wanting to come back. When I went home and told my wife, she got mad and said I'm an evil idiot and that I should have spoken to her first before doing that. I told her that she is the one that ruined our daughter's experience with her fighting the parents and instructors and alienating our daughter from the other girls. She kept saying I'm the only one wrong and that I'm an idiot since it's the best studio in town and others have wait lists for months. Am I the idiot? Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot. But your wife is. While she may be a former gymnast, her role in this particular scenario was to be your child's mom and allow your daughter to have her own personal experience in the class and make friends with her fellow dance class students. Your wife allowed her ego to lead instead of her love for her child and the opportunity to learn something new. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Wow, you are an incredibly spineless and weak-willed individual. Instead of addressing the real issue at hand, which is your wife's toxic behavior, you decide to punish your daughter by pulling her out of dance. You're using your daughter as a scapegoat for your inability to stand up to your wife and set boundaries. Your daughter was enjoying dance and had found her passion, but because your wife couldn't control herself and created tension with the other parents and instructors, you decided to let your daughter suffer the consequences. You should have confronted your wife and demanded that she fix her behavior instead of punishing an innocent child. Now for the update. A quick recap is that my wife got into conflict with instructors and parents at our daughter's studio, causing her to be alienated, and in return I enrolled my unhappy daughter from classes. I felt a bit conflicted if I did the right thing, but after reading your responses I felt content I made the right choice. I even showed her comments, but she refused to look at my phone for long. I thought after getting mad my wife would be able to get over this and see my side, but unfortunately things became very bad. She told me a week after she was going to enroll our daughter back in gymnastics like she had initially wanted, and my daughter overheard this, saying she didn't want to and started crying. My wife completely ignored this and went on talking to me, saying she's sick of me enabling quitting and that our daughter needs a better role model. I was sick to watch her ignore our crying daughter and told her that we already tried gymnastics and our daughter didn't like it, and she said it will be different this time and that her word is final. We kept arguing about this and she went on to enroll our daughter into gymnastics again and started taking her while I was at work. I was furious that she couldn't respect my wishes, but she said I wasn't respecting her. I told my wife that she has control issues and is trying to live through our daughter, and this made her extremely upset. I recommended therapy like a lot of commenters said to, and this set her off. She started accusing me of infidelity, saying that the mother at my daughter's old studio who specifically asked that I bring my daughter and not my wife is the reason I'm starting issues for no reason with her, and that she found it weird that she specially asked for me and not her, and that means something more. I said that's because all the moms hate her and didn't want her around, and she cursed at me horribly, saying disgusting things I can't type, but I'm shocked I married someone so vile. She wasn't always like this. She was a kind, caring woman before this whole gymnastics/ballet fiasco started and her tiger mom side came out. I know it's crazy and I wish I could say different, but I'm seeing this heading towards divorce. We haven't slept in the same bed for 3 weeks and she won't talk to me about anything other than the house, our daughter, and the dog. I'm embarrassed to tell anyone this because I find it so bizarre and weird that so much conflict has stemmed from something as innocent as sports. So yeah? Comment 1. She's cheating, dude. That's why the infidelity comments came out of nowhere. Hire a PI to confirm and start talking to a divorce attorney immediately. She already is and you don't want to be beat to the punch. Then another commenter responded with, the possibility of infidelity has a pretty high probability of being correct. She is definitely looking for an attorney. Keep a very, very close eye on your daughter. She seems the type to snatch her, and the courts are more likely to side with her if she already has the child away from you. Comment 2. You married my ex-wife's sister. My ex lived through my daughter. She had to be the best dancer, the best cheerleader, etc. She alienated other parents with her hypercompetitiveness. It ended with eating disorders, depression, and her losing custody of our daughter completely. I have no solution for you, but I wish I had divorced her long before I did. I told myself I was staying to ensure my daughter had an intact home, but it was a huge mistake. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for telling my boyfriend that I would rather be alone and suffer in my apartment than go with him to visit his mom? So I, 23M, hate my BFS, male 24, family with a passion. I can't stand them. They are the most condescending, judgmental AHS I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. It all started when I first met them. They talked about my looks and how I could improve it by losing weight, cutting my hair, and stop eating like a pig. I'm 188 centimeters tall and 80 kilograms. I go to the gym a lot and I would consider myself fit. They have poop on my job because they think I'm not good enough to be a doctor and I work too much. His mother is the one that says all of this and the rest agree with her. It has gotten to the point where I'm dreading every birthday, Christmas, or any other celebration because I have to see them again. My BF has told them to stop, but they always say that I'm too sensitive and need to relax. Last time I met them, they told my BF that he should dump me and find a man that's better for him. I was sitting next to him when it happened, so his mom got into an accident and had to go to the hospital I'm working at, and my boyfriend told me to help her and make sure she gets the best care. I told my coworkers and they assured me that I can't be on her case and that I wouldn't need to be near her at all. My BF and his family begged me that I should visit her and make sure she is okay on my break, and I refused. I said I would rather be alone in my apartment and suffer than to visit his mom with him or without him. I can't f'ing stand that woman. He and his family have been messaging me non-stop telling me I am a bad doctor for not wanting to help a patient. But the thing is, she's not my patient, so am I the idiot? Edit. In Sweden it's 5 years of med school, then you become an intern. I think it's called that in the US. After you are done with that, you can specialize in whatever field you like. I'm working in a surgical hospital. And I started my studies half a year before I turned 17. Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot, his family sounds awful and I don't blame you. Your problem though is really with your boyfriend. He should not be allowing them to treat you this way, or at least never make you be around them. You may want to reevaluate this relationship. Then the original poster responded with, we have had countless conversations about this, and he agrees with me and has told them off. I have also said that if our relationship is gonna work, he needs to accept that I won't ever be near his family. Now that he has been calling and texting non-stop to visit his mother, just me, after all the things she said, I told him what we have talked about before. That being said, I am a doctor, and I do have obligations, but my obligations are not to her. I can't be a doctor to someone I have personal connections to. My coworkers have told me she has been bad-mouthing me to them, so there is no way in hell that I'm visiting that woman. Comment 2. Not the idiot. But why are you still with him? It doesn't look like he is willing to cut off from his family. This is going to be a lifelong issue, and I don't think it's worth your mental health. Now for the update. So I thought I would give you guys an update, but before that, thank you all for the kind words and support. His mom was fine. She was not in any danger at all. My colleagues told me how much poop she talked about me and how much better he could do than some wannabe doctor. I was fuming. She and her family had been begging me to visit her, and she was still talking poop about me. So I went to her room demanding to know what her problem was. Well, she didn't like me because I'm, in her words, too masculine to be with her son, and he needs to find someone that's not LOL. I told my BF and he was mad at first, but kinda agreed with her and told me it wouldn't hurt me to try being less masculine. All I said was that if he's trying to make me change who I am, then there is no reason to be with me anymore. He told me that that's not what he wanted and that he loves me. So I told him, like so many of you did, that if he wants me, then he needs to go low contact with her, and I'm going to go full no contact. He told me that it's not fair and I was being unreasonable. I had made my choice though, and in the end we broke up. TBH, I'm not even heartbroken. I have my job, good friends, and a family that loves me. I have gotten texts from him telling me he misses me, but I have just ignored them. In the end, I'm happy, I think, and it's for the better. Edit. I just want to say once again thank you. To be honest, it's good to hear from strangers that I'm not overreacting, not a coward that's running away when things get hard. I really loved him, but the dude has big mommy issues. And BC of his mom, I realized that I can't deal with a guy that can't put me first. I'm already working my ass off and I can't be bothered to feel like poop after work. Comment 1. You saved yourself from a lifetime of abuse and stress. Let him try to find someone better. His mother won't approve of anyone. I know you can do much better than that toxic family. Comment 2. So happy to hear that it's settled. The hardest part of breaking up is really making your mind up to do it. If your BF couldn't understand how bad being around his mother was for you, then this is clearly for the best. Now you can focus on your most important relationship for a little while. The relationship with yourself. You are young, strong, intelligent, and you have an excellent and challenging career. And one of these days you will meet the man who deserves you. Thanks for the update, and much love to you. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like. It really helps the channel grow. See you next time.